Deadly Squid Game. Don't play if someone offer you. The message arrived on Liam's phone in the dead of night, an anonymous text offering a chance to change his life. It promised unimaginable wealth for anyone willing to participate in a series of games. With debts piling up and no way out, Liam's desperation outweighed his caution. He responded, not realizing he'd just signed his life away. 2 nights later, a sleek black van pulled up outside his apartment. A masked figure gestured for him to get in. The air inside the van was heavy with silence. Liam glanced at the others, dozens of people sitting stiffly, their faces a mix of fear and hope. No one spoke, and the van's windows were blacked out, leaving them all in the dark, literally and figuratively. The journey ended at a massive underground facility. Bright fluorescent lights illuminated a stark white room where hundreds of participants stood, each wearing identical jumpsuits marked with numbers. Liam was given 387. The masked organizers, dressed in crimson uniforms and strange geometric masks, explained the rules. The games would be based on childhood activities. Win, and you advance to the next round. Lose, and you'd be eliminated. Permanently. At first, the crowd murmured in disbelief. It sounded absurd. But when a man protested and a gunshot rang out, leaving his lifeless body on the floor, the gravity of the situation sank in. Panic erupted, but it was too late to back out. The first game was red light, green light. The rules were simple: move when the robotic voice said green light, and stop on red light. Any movement during red light would result in elimination. The players lined up in a sprawling, artificial field. Liam's heart pounded as the voice called green light, and everyone began to move. When red light echoed through the air, a man stumbled, trying to stop. He was immediately shot by a hidden sniper. The reality of the game hit like a punch to the gut. This wasn't a chance to win money. It was a death match disguised as a competition. Liam kept his movements steady, his breath shallow. Each stop felt like an eternity, but he managed to cross the finish line before time ran out. Around him, dozens lay lifeless, their blood staining the ground. The survivors were herded into a dormitory where the organizers laid out another horrifying truth. Alliances could be formed, but betrayal was inevitable. Only one person would walk away alive. Over the next few days, the games became more brutal. Tug-of-war on towering platforms where the losers fell to their deaths. A candy-cutting game that required steady hands under immense pressure. A night where the lights were turned off and chaos ensued as players turned on each other.
Liam aligned himself with a small group of players: a quiet young woman named Claire, an ex-soldier named Marcus, and an older man, George, who claimed to have joined to help his grandchildren. Together, they strategized and survived, but the trust within the group began to fray. As the games whittled the participants down to a handful, Liam realized the others were right. Alliances were temporary. The final game came down to Liam and Claire. It was a simple duel, a test of strength and wit. Both of them were exhausted, their bodies battered and their minds frayed. They fought, knowing only one of them could leave. Claire, who had been cunning and resourceful throughout, hesitated at the last moment, giving Liam the upper hand. When the dust settled, Liam stood alone. Bloodied and broken, he was handed a suitcase filled with cash and escorted out of the facility. The organizers gave him no answers, no explanations. The money was his, but at what cost? Liam returned to his apartment, haunted by the faces of those who didn't make it. The wealth didn't fill the void left by guilt and trauma. As he stared at the money on his table, his phone buzzed again. Another message, the same as before, inviting new participants. Liam realized the cycle would never end, and he was now part of the dark, twisted machine that had almost consumed him.